I got this Chinese um Pico PI, which I'm going to try and run a simple code on it, which is blinking so that the light will blink. So let me turn on my Arduino code. So I'll set it up already. So let me open my Arduino. So I'm just going to write a simple code with it. Um, I'm just going to do a blink sketch with it. So wait for my Arduino to open, IDE to open. I can use this one also. Is it Tony? I can use the Tony also, but I prefer using this because most of my board, this is where I do the coding and send it to it. I can also tell ChatGPT to write a code so that I can simply run this. So I think it's just telling me installed, or so whilst it is installing, let me work on my opened one. So now I have to select the board that I'm going to work with. Let me connect the board, and so now that I've connected the board, let me open and select Pico. Let me go to P. So you see, normally you see Raspberry Pi Pico. Oh, let me see if there is any extra ports here. Okay, so what I can do is I can click on the reset and press on my boot. Mm, let me do that. Let me do the boot and bring you guys back. So there are two ways. It's either I can close this, then go to boot, select my board from here because I have all this board installed. So which one am I using? I'm using the Pico. It's not the Pico 2. So now let me select my comport. So let me disconnect. Let me disconnect and reconnect again, or maybe let me close this first. Okay, let me leave this. Let me see. Let me connect my board properly and bring you guys. So because I've selected Pico, let me do my example, and I'll flash my boot first. So let me do a blink. So wait for it to open. Let me close this and bring you guys back. But for now, let me go to my file manager, and I've already downloaded the flashes already. So what I'll do is let me go to connect. You can see I have to see the Pico here. You can see Raspberry Pi, right? So I'll open this drive and paste my downloaded firmwares in. So let me select one of these firmware. I can use this. Okay, let me select this, rather this. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do copy, and the moment you paste it, it will reset the Pico. So paste. The moment it is done copying, it will reset the Pico. Okay, You can see now my Pico has reset and it has disconnected, so it has to reconnect. Then I have to come and select it from this side. So now after resetting my Pico, after resetting my IDE, I'll go to new sketches, which is blank. So let me select blank. Okay, so this one is going to blink the inbuilt bulb in it. Let me close this. So let me select my board. For me to select my board, this code can work on ESP32, will work on Arduino, and also work on Pico and STEM and STM. So let me select my board. I'm using Raspberry Pi Pico. I'm using the normal Pico, and I have to select my port. Now my port is visible here, so I have to select port 21, then click OK because I've already selected the board. So if you can see, it's showing that my Pico is connected. So now let me go to upload. So with the upload, you just wait for it to finish uploading. When it is done, you can see that there's only red light. There should be a blue light blinking. So it will compile the code first, and I can use the Tony also, but the Tony I have to let ChatGPT write the code for me so that I can use it to blink the LED. And you can see when you change the time here, the on and off, it affects the Pico. So I'll wait for it to finish. And the moment you select the Pico, it has a lot of examples. As you've selected the Pico as your board, you can see it has a lot of examples under the Pico that you can go through using the Arduino IDE, so doing joystick and everything. So all these are examples of code using the Pico with the Arduino. So I'll give all credits to those who did all these examples. So any project that you want to do, you can find an example here that will help you to go about it, know the kind of. So if you can see now, my Pico is uploading, so I'll wait for it to finish. It's scanning for the device. I'll wait for it to finish and see if I'll be able to have success in my upload. So it's telling me upload failed. So one thing I can also do is I can send it into boot mode. So that's what I'm going to do next. So sending it into boot mode, what you have to do is you have to hold the power boot. You have to hold the boot before you plug in your USB. When you do that, it will show us a storage. It will show us a storage in your file manager. So if you go to your file manager, it will show up as a storage unit. So when I go to my computer, you can see I'm having the Pico RP here. Let me close this. So what I'll do is now it also shows here in the port as UF2 board. So let me click on that and let me click OK. So the moment it is connected, you can see it's showing me that it's connected here. Let me close this message and go to upload sketches. So with the upload sketches, I'll wait for it to upload the sketch successful. So with this one, I'll just wait for it to finish uploading. So for now, you wait for it to compile. Then after compiling it, upload it to your system. So I'll bring you guys back when in the middle of the compiling. So you can see with the compiling, it's almost done compiling the whole program. So with the compiling shows that it's checking the code to see if everything is perfect. But if everything is perfect in the code, then the next thing I'll wait for it to do is to upload. During the uploading process, that's where some issue might happen or your board may not be able to communicate. So you can see it is doing that and the upload is done successfully. So for us to know the upload is done successfully, you can see my Pico is flashing, right? You can see, focus, my Pico is flashing the inbuilt light now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. So I'll be bringing more videos on microcontrollers. So now my Pico is done successfully, and now that it is done, if I want to edit the fault code, you can see here it is showing not connected because it has moved from that mode, and now it has to show what we call a COM port. So it's now showing on COM25. So if I want to communicate with it, I have to go to COM25 to communicate with it. Click on OK, and it will show connected here. So after uploading it, if I want to test, or I can go to examples and scroll through it and see what example I can also use. So with these examples, you can select any of them or testing the Pico itself. So it depends on what you want to do, and you have to have the library for it. I know you selecting this means you have to have the library for it. So depending on the chip I'm using the RP2040, and I also have the 2350 also. That will be for another video. So this is a simple way of connecting to it. And one trick also, they say go to preference so that you paste the link in. So you can go to file and you see the preference here, then you add your link to this. So if you are using ST, you have to add the link to it, and if you are using Pico, you have to add the link to it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.